Going to do a review of two Metro style wire shelves unit. Going to use the two different brands. Needed one that was, of course, a little wider, and then needed one a little bit narrower to go behind the door. One, I think, 18. One, of course, is 24. They're good. They're good to do a contrast and compare in this case. They each have some strengths and some weaknesses. We'll go over both of them. One brand is this one right here, Poussiere. I don't know what that says. And the other one looks like Seville. Now, in this version, this Poussiere, I don't know how you say that. We do look like we have a true chrome, like it may be copper plated most time. See, chrome doesn't want to stick to steel very well, so we normally do a copper undercoat, plate it with copper, then put the chrome on top. I have no idea how these are made. These do have some little plastic sheets in here. They do help. However, if we look, there is no center beam in these. These shells are a little bit weak and floppy. They're not a particularly heavy gauge rod, but again, they're not very expensive compared to true USA type of Metro shelves, which may in fact be made in China components. I don't know. But it's not a bad shelving unit. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Has a good height to it. It's a good general purpose storage unit. I have some stuff up there. The plastic does help keep things from falling through the hole. They're very easy to put together with this. There are two tube models. Instead of a long tube, it's actually two short tubes with a screw together connector somewhere in the middle. This one was a little bit better in the way that it went together. This brand, not as good in my opinion, simply because it had a threaded insert that you had to put in, and it had about 2/3 in the top and 1/3 in the bottom. It is adequate. It does tighten up enough, but there's not that much threaded engagement in the bottom. There also, if you'll notice, a difference in chrome. This may be considered chrome, but it's not a very good chrome in my opinion. It doesn't appear to have the backing. See how that's a little bit darker? Different chrome plating process. I don't know. It is a little shiny, but it also looks like it may not have a copper undercoat to it, so I don't know how well it lasts. The good part with this is advertised as having a center beam, and that makes a lot of strength in the shelf unit itself. Doesn't come with plastic, which is good because you're going to have air flowing through on this rack, and I need that for that purpose. Had it come with the plastic, I just wouldn't have used it. The casters in both cases work, so you can roll them out of the way, but you can definitely see a little bit of difference in the manufacture of these two different units. You make your choice which one you want. This one has fewer shelves, as I remember. It's made basically for bigger boxes, obviously. You just don't need as many shelves. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. A little shorter, not much, but that gives a little bit more head space up there. Had the tubes been a little longer, I could have had the choice to get them even up top. Don't really need it per se. Again, normally when you have a narrower shelf, you often need, depending on what you're going to store on it, you're going to need more shelves, space closer together. If I put this one together the way I did at the given spots, it does give a little bit different spacing. I could have obviously spaced it more evenly, but I thought, while I'm putting it together, I'd go ahead and use the uneven spacing for different size devices and boxes and whatnot that's going on it. The big one, probably just going to be used for a specific thing for which I want air to flow through it. It'll work for that purpose. It's just chrome's not looking as good on it. It is stronger, I think, with the center rails. So when you look at the description and compare different people's different brands on Amazon where these came from, you'll know to look for whether or not, or notice whether or not it has a center rail for strength, and notice whether or not it says it's galvanized or coated green coated, black coated, that type of thing versus chrome.
We got this once the wire shelves collapsed, and it is awesome. It's really sturdy, even though, you know, we need to do a little clean out. I was just wanting to show you the size. So here's our pantry.